live, and we're going to talk about Isomers, and we're going to talk about Shop HQ, and we're going to talk about skincare, and we're going to talk about the things that are really important to me. So I'm really glad that you're here joining us right now so that we can talk about my favorite things, transitioning from summer into winter, summer into fall, looking at the skin and looking at what it needs, because now we're going into a different season soon. I know, just looks like summer just came around the corner and now it's already on its way out. But that's okay, because that's how life is, right? We have change all the time, and change is good. I'm Manuela from Isomers Skincare, and we are outside because I think the lighting is great and it's nice to be able to be outside a little bit and to enjoy the warmer weather. But enjoying the warmer weather also reminds us the fact that, see, we're already wearing t-shirts with longer sleeves, because why? The weather is changing and it's not going to be as hot or as sunny, and therefore our skin is going to require more things for it. So today I want to talk about 4 of my most favorite things to talk about for the skin. First and foremost, I want to talk about putting together a skincare routine. It's really important. I'm a cosmetic chemist. I have over 35 years experience formulating skincare at Isomers Laboratories. Formulating skincare is really fun and interesting because we just don't make product and we just don't come up with ideas. What we do is we look at our skin, we look at ideal skin, we look at and understand what happens to us as we age and change, and the requirements that our skin needs as we're going through the different times, as we're going through the different life. So I want to say hello, Deborah, good afternoon. Susie, hello, it's really great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. It really means a lot to me and to everybody that we're here together as a community to ask questions, to come together, just to touch base again, and to see how we're all doing. Isomers Laboratories has been around for almost 4 decades. And in these 4 decades, we've learned a lot about ourselves, about skincare, about formulating, and about how we age and change. Being a cosmetic chemist and being a scientist, it's really interesting because our goal is to always solve problems. And some brands like to solve problems by creating a problem. We like to solve problems by looking at how we age and change, how we look at what is an ideal, what is beautiful, what is healthy, what is vibrant, especially when we were younger or when we are younger and we have things that line up and they're in place really nicely. And then as we get older, things seem to change. Sorry about the dogs. They're saying hello to another dog walking by. That's going to be one of the great things about this live, is that we are live and we are in real life, and this is where skincare really accelerates, because it should fit into your lifestyle, it should fit into what you're doing and who you are, it should work with you, it should be something that enhances the way you feel about yourself, the way your skin looks, it should make sense. Jacqueline, hello. Nancy, hello. Chris, hello. Thank you for tuning in. It's really great to see you. Okay, first and foremost, let's talk about the Enzyme Resurfacing Gel Mask. I really love this, and this is a really great transition item. This is a really great summer item, but also transition item. Why? Because it contains enzymes. And these enzymes are really important because they're resurfacing enzymes. It's called lactobacillus ferment. They're a keratolytic, and what this actually does is it helps to exfoliate the skin, but it does it in a very gentle, acid-free way. It's like little Pac-Men that sit on your skin surface, and what they're going to do is they're going to dissolve those dead skin cells. Why you want to do that is because your skin is a filter. You want to clean up that filter. You want your skin to breathe. You want your skin to be vibrant. You also want to keep your good skin behind, and you want to get rid of the dead, dry skin, because that makes your skin dull, lackluster. This is a beautiful, beautiful serum. It is a amberish color. It's oil-free, fragrance-free, and paraben-free, just like Isomers products. And what you would do with this, and what I like about this is it's a leave-on. This is not a rinse-off serum. It's a leave-on serum. So you put this serum on, and this can be part of the cleansing stage. So after you cleanse your skin, you take the serum and you put it on. You can put it on this way. Just don't let the dropper touch your skin, okay? You put it on. I like putting it on where I can concentrate more. The T-zone, areas that get a little bit, maybe a bit more breakout, a little bit more buildup. I love the Enzyme Peel Mask. I need to remember to use it tonight. Yes, use it tonight. Use it a couple times a week. I leave it on. I like leaving it on for a few reasons. One is that it's going to work. It takes a little bit of time to work, right? It takes a few minutes as it gets working into your skin, as it's dissolving those dead, dry cells. The other part that I really like a lot about the enzyme peel is that it's going to peel with the enzymes. It doesn't have an acid, so it doesn't burn your skin. You don't have to play beat the clock, but it's also excellent food for your microbiome. This means that when you put it on your skin and you leave it on, after it's done its job, what's left over is considered fiber for the microbiome. This is the living layer of your skin. And this is really important because it helps nourish the skin. So even though the enzymes have done their work, the leftover of the enzymes, instead of being waste, is actually something that your skin is going to utilize. So it's very strengthening, it's very soothing. It is something that's really, really good for the skin that way. Jacqueline, I have an Isomers store in my bathroom. Same. A lot of people have an Isomers store. Why? Because we make such really great product. It's like a spice cabinet. It's like something in your kitchen. This is just in your bathroom. Can you put the hypochlorous acid spray on first before using the enzyme gel mat? Absolutely. You can put the hypochlorous acid on anytime to reset the skin, boost the microbiome, also anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. These actions are really good for your skin because you want to take away anything that's disturbing your skin or causing any kind of inflammation or irritation. The enzyme peel is something that I really enjoy. I enjoy making it. I enjoyed when we started introducing it because this was considered the lunchtime peel for French people. So in France, when people did lunchtime peels, they didn't use acids. They used lactose bacillus ferment, the exact same keratolytic that is in our enzyme mat. So instead of paying hundreds of dollars a day to get this peel, you now have this at home and you can use it anytime you want. What's really great is that over the decades, it has been proven to be more beneficial than we originally thought. And this is because of the microbiome's need to have this postbiotic, if you will, for the skin. Susie says we need a bonus size. We always need bonus size. When we love something, we want it bigger, we want more, we want it louder. The thing is, we can do them very rarely, the bonus sizes. I don't think this will come out in a bonus size anytime soon. I would grab it regardless because it is something that is going to help you renew your skin, works on cleaning out the skin. I like how it's just absorbed into the skin and it keeps the skin soft and supple without weight or oil. I know that my skin is getting healthier every time I use it. My skin is happier every time I use it. It's a great companion. Now, when you leave it on, I would then go ahead and use another serum, right? So another serum that I would add to this, for example, I'm just going to activate it right now. Patrick, I much prefer the enzymatic peel over acids. I get much less. Absolutely. See, this is the thing. This is why we want enzymes. So acids have their job, right? And acids are very good for certain kind of molecules and ingredients to dissolve them. But enzymes are also very good in a different way because they're going to provide an exfoliation without the irritation, without the dryness. This is also why we like it so much for transition, right? Because of the fact that you're able to now peel your skin without making it more vulnerable. When you use an acid doesn't discriminate. An acid will take away a top layer or a secondary layer. But an enzyme says, I'm only going to take away those dead, dry cells, right? So I just happen to have a brick wall behind me. And as I'm thinking out loud, this could literally be your skin, right? The different layers of your skin. And these are your cells, right? And in between is the mortar, right? And those are your ceramides. If you use an acid, it's just going to take away a whole level. But if you use an enzyme, it's going to just take away the ones that are no good. The ones that are dead or dry or not useful for the structure or integrity of the skin. So this is something that a lot of people don't understand. They think that I'm just going to peel away a top layer and I'm going to start all over again. But there's some good stuff within the skin. That's why the enzyme peel is really great for that. Now that I have the enzyme peel on, what I would do, transition, I've cleaned out my skin, I've put the enzyme peel on. Now my skin is cleaner the communication is going to be better. There's going to be less things blocking the pores and or the structure, the mechanism of the skin, right? So what I would then do is use something with a high nutritional profile, something that is going to help reprogram, nourish, help rebuild. The Phyto cell is excellent for that. The Phyto cell rejuvenating serum, this we say it resets and replenish. So what are we replenishing? We're going to replenish key elements in here. So we actually have things like the rose extract, which is a stem cell for collagen and for calming the skin. We have the we have the apple extract, that is the Utwiller spout Lauber tree, that's very important. We have tripeptide 10, citrulline. We have Asiatica flower. These things are put together in their stem cell form to do what? To give your skin initial cells to help rebuild. Susie, I use the Phyto cell every morning. Excellent, excellent. Patrick, yes. You prefer the acids over, you prefer the enzymes over acids. Again, makes so much sense. Why I like the Phyto cell? When your skin is getting older and it's getting more tired, for it to rebuild itself, it needs a little nudging along. Nudge along, nudge along. And this is what the Phyto cell rejuvenating serum does. So I have the enzyme peel on. I'm gonna take the Phyto cell. I always like to do this. Give it a little shake. Here we go. This is the serum. And again, the soy serum is acid-free. I'm going to take some of the serum, put it into my hands, and then apply it to my skin. Now, what is happening? The enzymes are bringing the Phyto cell deeper. So instead of sitting at the surface, it's actually coming down. It's going a little deeper. It's going a little deeper into the skin. This is going to help with the rejuvenation and reset the rejuvenation. Does it tighten or stretch the skin? Tighten. It's going to tighten. It's not stretching the skin. We don't want to stretch the skin. Stretching the skin, we want to stretch our muscles and we want to stretch our fascia, but our skin, the collagen, we want it to shorten. We want it to be fat and chubby. We want it to have density. So instead of having more space in between our cells, we want the space to be very uniform and tight and replenished. What the Phyto cell is going to do, it's going to help create more of the bricks, if you will. It's going to help create more of those cells. Why that's important? Because it's going to boost that skin density. It's going to help with stretch marks. It's going to help with lines, wrinkles, pit marks. It's going to help with enlarged pores. Again, it's going to do it in a building way for the skin. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, I'm Manuela from Isomers Laboratories, and we're talking about Isomers Skincare. I'm a cosmetic chemist with almost 4 decades, I would say 35 years of experience formulating skincare. And I've been on Shop HQ for probably 30 years now. Time flies. And when time is flying, in that time, we say time flies, in that time we are learning a lot of things. One thing we learned is that we can take Phyto cell, which is plant stem cells, and we can recreate them in a laboratory, and we can take the nutrients, the goodness out of that, and put it onto our skin to help reset and replenish our skin. Our skin requires a lot of support, especially as we're aging, because our bodies are busy doing other things. Some things are not working as efficiently as they used to, but also there's a different priority. Your priority may be the way your skin looks, but our body's priority could be something different. So how do we get the best of both worlds? By using really good skincare. That's what I really like about it. I like the fact that there is skincare that makes a difference for your skin. Recently, this is a really cool story. Recently, I met this woman in the UK. And she has a lot of sensitivity on her skin, a lot of sensitivity, a lot of redness. And she's a bit younger. She just had her 3rd child. And her skin had a lot of eczema, a lot of redness, a lot of sensitivity. She was very porcelain-like looking, but you can see her skin was very fragile. So she started using Isomers Skincare. 1 month went by, she said nothing. 2 months go by, she says nothing. Don't really hear from her. Then 3.5 months go by, and I get this big, long letter from her about how she thought skincare was just marketing, because she's in marketing and PR. She said, it's just marketing, it's just PR, it really doesn't matter, you know, it's all about your genes. And then she said, I have to tell you, I've learned something so new from you because of the fact that other people now are coming to me and saying to me, what have you been doing? Why does your skin look so amazing? Are you in love? Like that, like, are things going better with your family? I can see that you're really handling motherhood. And she kept thinking, I'm stressed out, I'm really, really tired. What have I been doing differently? And she realized it is the skincare. The skincare is making that much difference. And it was something so easy. She said literally a few moments in the morning, a couple minutes in the morning, a couple minutes at nighttime, follow the routine I told her of clean, feed, correct, protect, using the Phyto, using the enzymes, using the Microbiome Restore. And she's like, people are now asking me what they should use for their skin because I've had so much success utilizing your skincare. And she said it happened so quietly. I didn't realize that my skin was in so much need, and I also didn't realize there was something that we could do at home ourselves by just following this simple routine. This is the gift Shop HQ gives you each and every day with Isomers Skincare. The fact that you have access to the laboratory, to the formulations, that we meet here once or twice a week to talk about the formulas, talk about what they do for your skin. When is my son's Saturday? Saturday. The countdown is on, Susie. The countdown is on. I just got my hair this morning, all right? I high-lit my hair and I got a little bit of a trim. What do you think? What do you think? The mother of the groom is starting to get groomed. So I wanted something very, classic, simple. It's not about me, it's about him, but I also want to be put together. I also am going to do my own makeup, and I'm going to keep it really simple. This is also why the skincare matters. I'm not going to try anything new this week. I'm not going to go out and go get a specific kind of facial or get some kind of peel or introduce another brand that a celebrity is using. Why? Because it's so important, Deborah, thank you so much. It's so important that I'm calm that day. A lot of things are going to be happening. A lot of people in and out, a lot of moving parts. The last thing I want to do is think, uh-oh, my skin now is reacting to this new thing that I did. With Isomers, I know that I'm sick. I'm not worried about it. And by following the smart essence of keeping the microbiome nice and healthy, keeping the skin hydrated, feeding my age-appropriate skin. So I want to feed my skin, and what I mean by that, I said it backwards, but feeding my skin age-appropriately. I'm 63 years old. I'm not going to use what 20-year-olds use on their skin. I'm going to use what my skin needs. I need the enzymes because I don't want acids. I need the Phyto because I need new cells. I need new cells. We all need new cells. I want age 0 DNA. I want younger skin cells than my actual age. My body makes 63-year-old stuff. I want stuff that's much, much younger than 63 so that my skin will look fresh, so that my makeup will be minimal. I'm going to have a little bit of liner and some mascara. I'm actually going to put on mascara. Yeah, I am. A little bit of blush and a little bit of nude color. The rest is going to be what? My skin showing through. Very minimal jewelry. I will get rid of the whoop for that day, for those of you who are asking. And then just realize that when you have skin that is behaving, that is predictable, that it looks great for your age and stage and what's going on, everything else just falls into place because it's one less thing to worry about. I worried so much about my skin. This is why we started Isomers Laboratories. It was about the battles. It was about everything that was happening that was not going my way. We're putting together an advent calendar and they wanted me to put a little saying in there. And we all came up with something, inspirational and very beautiful. That's very nice. But I really wanted to say, because if you don't like the way you look, you don't live the way you like. And for me on Saturday when my son gets married, I want to enjoy the moment. I want to enjoy him going through that transition, welcoming, I'm going to get all emotional here, welcoming somebody new into my family officially. and not worrying about what I look like. I want to worry about how my heart feels, how my soul feels, how we feel as a family, how we can reflect on this. Because there's so many things that are much more important in life. And that's why good skincare and good skincare habits really help you have a richer, fuller life. I really believe that because I do remember the struggle. I do remember the transition as a teenager, then all of those immune issues that I had, the scares that I had as I got older with my body and different things that are going on. Is the wedding, and yes, the wedding is local. It is, we're not doing a destination. Our destination is home. Our destination is family. Our destination is comfort, being together, being a strong community. And so yes, our wedding is going to be, I can give you a little bit of information as I go through the other two products I want to talk about, but the wedding is going to be in Toronto. They're going to be getting married in church, Roman Catholic church. We're Catholic, so we're going to have a Catholic wedding service, and then we're going to go into the hall, do a Persian ceremony. We're going to do a sofre ag, and that is a Persian word for a very special wedding table that we're going to put together so that Darius, my husband, because my children are half and half, right, half Italian, half Persian, they're going to be able to enjoy that tradition as well. And then we're going to have the dinner and some dancing and just get together. So that's what we're going to plan. And I will try to film. I'll have people film. I don't think I'll be worried about filming. I think I'm going to be worried about, well, I got kitten heels, so I'm not going to worry about falling off my heels. That's one thing I learned too. As I get older, I had to wear more comfortable, sensible shoes. And as I get older, I have to redensify and volumize my skin more. So this is the next thing that I would actually use in the skincare. I do think I got the Redensify there. Need pictures? Of course, we're gonna post pictures. We're gonna absolutely post pictures. I'm very excited. I don't want to just post pictures at nauseum. I just want to do some highlights. So to really thank you guys and really welcome you into that new addition into the family, right? That new chapter, the new beginning, all the excitement of starting their careers and starting their life together. And it's also a reminder that he's 26 years old. I'm 26 years older. I have 26 years more of stuff and life that happened inside my skin. Losing the adipose, losing the fat. So here you have skin, right? But underneath the skin down here, it's not a real skin model, but underneath would be where the fat is made, where the adipose is made, where the volume happens. And as you get older, you lose the volume. You see it. You become a sinker, you become a sagger. You notice that the skin becomes looser. And you start to notice the jawline is not as defined. This is why we have Redensify. We're going to help redensify the skin. So what we're going to do is it's going to work on these structures, right? It's going to work on making them thicker. It's going to make them richer. It's going to help boost the adipose in here. So not only are we going to address the top, we're going to be speaking to the structure of the skin. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah. You see, yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm very happy too. I'm happy. I'm happy they didn't wait. I'm happy they're doing it young. I'm happy that I'm going to be there. A lot of times moms don't get to be there, right? A lot of times, or dads, life happens and you end up having a celebration of, and it's bittersweet because the parent has passed on or something's going on. This is why it's important we appreciate, right? It's normal to cry. I'm always very emotional. I love my family so much, and I love what I do with Isomers Laboratories equally as much. Shirley, what is protocol? Do you make a slurry with Phyto and Redensify? You can put them together, and that's fine too. I like to layer also, and I'll tell you why. When you're dealing with Phyto, it's very water-based. You see the look of Phyto, okay? You see how it's very clear? With Redensify, look at this, it's milky. And the reason why it's milky is because it has to thicken not cocktail them together. You can absolutely do that if you want to, okay? I want to think about layering, right? I want to think about how I'm speaking to my skin and how I'm making this routine for myself. It is still a serum. It will play beautifully with the Phyto cell. They both start with water, and that's really important when you're looking at formulas for your, so this is not an oil base. It does have a fat component. The fat is the main carrier. The fat is also going to help reinforce the skin barrier. The fat is also going to help stimulate more of that fat and adipose in the skin to add more volume. So that's how I would use it. And then finally, what I would do is I would finish it off with a moisturizer, right? The moisturizer, great for transitioning summer to winter, because then what do we want? We want juicier skin, we want more hydrated skin, but it's too early to bring out the big guns, to bring out the big fats, the big fat molecules, the butters, more of the heavy duty ceramides. So what we're doing here is we're doing the microbiome restore. Now this is really important because this one contains, right, dimethicone, which also contains fructooligosaccharides. So this is energy source for the skin. This also contains things that are going to alpha-glucan, and it also contains, I'm just trying to look at inulin. These things are really super important for the health of the microbiome, to make sure you have a prebiotic, a postbiotic, and a probiotic on your skin, so your skin can make more hyaluronic and more ceramides. I take this. This is the how we would dispense it. Can you see that? Look at how much product. That is a lot of product. I know a lot of people are going to say, but I did 1.5 pumps right now. I would take that, warm it up just a little bit, pour it all over. Now, this is really great because this is going to be the finishing part. This will seal everything, and you never want to leave anything behind, right? Put it in your hands as well. I use Phyto Cell in the morning and Redensify at night. Perfect. That's another alternative. That's excellent. You think about the 24-hour cycle, right? So you're getting it every day. You're just putting it in different spots, which is a really great thing to do. I usually split up a lot of things too, because sometimes I don't like to layer. Sometimes I'm in a rush, or sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to concentrate on this action, put my moisturizer on, and at nighttime, concentrating on the Redensify and putting that on at the same time. And you can do it. That's the beauty of Isomers. But that's the beauty, that should be the beauty of all skincare. It should be easy to use, and that you don't make a mistake. That even if you put it in a different order, the science and the way it's formulated should know exactly what to do. This is where I think a lot of people worry about when they're putting skincare on, thinking, if I do this, does it cancel that? This is why we have created it this way. So this would be my great routine. Microbiome, balancing cream. I'm a person who doesn't necessarily wear a lot of creams because my skin is chubby. My skin is oily. My skin is also very sensitive and fragile. And I find that when I put creams on, I feel dirty. I feel like my skin now becomes this magnet that's going to collect dust. And it's just a feeling I have. That's also why body product and hand product for me, I'm very particular. So this is something that I can wear in the heat and not feel heavy or greasy or dirty, right? And I'm just going to use, I hope you understand what I mean by that. Is a lot of times a lot of people can wear very heavy product and they seem to be fine with it. I'm on the other hand thinking, oh, I've got to rinse this off. This is why this selection today is very deliberate, very deliberate, that we're picking the Microbiome Balancing Restore, because this is going to balance the cream, balance your skin, give you the cream, give you the benefit of being an occlusive, but not a heavy occlusive. This is also going to feed your microbiome. Feeding your microbiome should be first priority. Once the microbiome is fed, everything else can work. everything else becomes in harmony. Everything else works together. So if you think about the routine that we just talked about, from the enzyme, which is going to be a postbiotic for the microbiome, cleaning out the skin, microbiome. Then we're going to have the phytocell, which are the new cells, the plant extracts done at the correct pH. Then we're going to target redensifying your skin, adding that volume back, and finally sealing it all in, but nutritionally, without heavy weight, without heavy oils, without things that are going to clog your skin and kind of reverse what you've been working on. A lot of times people are using products, so they'll use a really good active like Phytocell, and then they'll put a very heavy cream or butter on and kind of nullify or not allow it to do what it needs to do because the environment has become too heavy. For example, like what I'm thinking right now is, for example, say you go up to a party, you're going up to a social event, and people are talking to you, and you can barely hear what they're saying. And then somebody puts the music on even louder, and now you can't hear anybody, right? Now all of a sudden you don't work in that room anymore. You don't work in that party anymore because you're having a hard time hearing. It's because it's too much. And that's how I think sometimes when you're using heavy cream, it becomes too much for the other things to do what they need to do, to be able to communicate properly, to be able to land in your skin properly, to be able to do what you need them to do. So the microbiome balancing cream is excellent for this time of year. Going into the fall, it is heavy enough and light enough. It is strong enough and gentle enough. It is smart enough. It is going to support your skin through transitions. Our skin will start to get drier. As the weather changes, everything whips moisture and dehydrates the skin. So our job is to have an osmotic regulator balancing the skin and balancing that microbiome. This is how to do it. Remember, if you're just putting a moisturizer, a heavy oil on your dry, dehydrated tomato, which means what? You're going to be dehydrated and shiny. That's not what we want. We want plump, we want juicy. Raws. Love all isomers. My favorite is copper P. Yes. Well, copper peptides. Fundamentally important. I also love cold. Oh, cold is really good. Oh my God. You know, Cold just launched. Can I tell you? Cold just launched an NAD product with methylene blue. It is, I wish I had thought of that. Let's put it that way. Keon is very smart. Is Keon the son of, no, Keon is not getting married. Armand is getting married. My second son, my lawyer's son. So Keon is not quite ready, but he's getting there. He's warming up to the idea. You know, Keon's only 28, Armand is 26, and I think that that's perfect time. Keon's got, probably by next year, I will say that this is, who knows? I'm not even going to speculate. Moms, we can't speculate. People do. Everybody comes into bloom at a special time, right? All I want to know is, did you enjoy this live? Do you love Isomers as much as I do? And what's happening this weekend? Do you have a special event? Is your skin, you know, doing everything that it can do? I hope you really enjoy being able to put these together and play with them and understand the seasons are changing. We want to be ready. Like, I don't mind when things happen all of a sudden because my skin is ready no matter what, right? This is what I want for you too. I want people to feel that you can show up without makeup. You can show up just as you are because it's you that matters. And Isomers Laboratories brings you forward. Because if you don't like the way you look, you don't live the way you like, right? Maybe that should be the caption. Maybe that should be my t-shirt. But it's something I truly believe in. And this is why I think these four for today are excellent transition products and something to consider to add to your beauty routine and your skincare routine for clean skin, for healthy skin, looking at your skin like a filter and cleaning it out. Roz, congrats and blessings on the wedding. Thank you so much. Second that, Shirley, love Isomers. Like, thank you. I really enjoy. Like, I try to do something a little bit different. I know we're here to offer you product, but I also think it's important we connect, right? And we check in with each other and we say hello to each other and remind each other that we're not alone. We are not islands. We do require other people. We're social, and we want to talk to people and want to connect with people, and I know I want to help, and I want to give people information and tools that's going to enhance your life and allow you to have more fun, because it's all about the good memories. It's about those moments, those experiences that we have. We tend to focus a lot on I wish this, I wish that, instead of like, wow, I'm so lucky I have this and that. And this is why I think when I had my struggles and I had my issues, and I turned that into creating gifts and for myself and for others, that allowed us to have 40 years of more information than now with social media and with what people are doing, people are starting to catch up to the message Isomers Laboratories started. And it's interesting to see how people are just turning around and saying, oh, did you know about ectoin? Oh, did you know about copper peptides? Oh, did you know about enzymes? And we're like, yeah, we were there. We started it all, and you were with us. And that's what I love about it so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share the community. Put your comments down below. I'm going to wrap it up in a minute or two, but if you have anything else you want to say before I say goodbye for the day, I have to do these. I have to do my nails as well. My dress is ready. I got my shoes. I'm going to go very simple jewelry. I got my hair done today, cut and colored, right? How should I style it for Saturday? I think I'm just going to leave it just clean, very, very clean and sleek. It'll have a little bit of zhuzh to it. The mother of the groom can have a little bit of zhuzh, right? And then my makeup, I'm going to do myself. I'm just going to do Manuela makeup. I know I'm going to cry. I know I'm going to get emotional. So I need to be sure I don't have raccoon eyes and all of that. So I have to keep everything very nice and light. And I do touch my face a lot, and we're going to be kissing a lot of people. So I want to just be cheek to cheek with those that I love. And you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget, Shop HQ, Isomers Laboratories Live. We'll see you